Let us get things adjusted as we attempt to get this turkey airborne tonight, Sunday night. You can kiss February goodbye, and let me make sure this. Okay, we're getting out the other side there. Let me just do a few more adjustments on the quirky old Streamlabs. Let me shut this off, turn that off down there. And welcome you all aboard. Hello, Mew, first in the gate tonight. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Happy Sunday evening or early, well, not quite early Monday. Andy, how are you? Good to see you tonight. An extremely busy day for your Rosie girl today, Melissa. How you doing, sweetie? Dawn Marie, Olivia, Fig Newton, John. Can't you see? I love that grease. Money order, absurdity in Seattle. Judy, odds. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Little change up in the hairstyle. I've been experimenting a little bit lately, having some fun. Hello, High Watch. I really appreciated your link today. That was very interesting. Hello, thank you, Dawn and Matsuriza. Good to see you tonight. We are late getting off the ground tonight. I know. I had to work had to work a full day and then go back in for 4 hours today. So it's been incredibly busy. Hey, Blackhearted, how you doing, sweetheart? Oh, thank you, Kale. Nice to see you. Hey, Eddie. Had to go back in and I guess they would call that a split shift, but not in my. When you're a 1099 contractor, you're only paid by the hour, so it's not like you're getting any bonus. I get tingly all over. Ooh, when I see you, that excites me. Yes, I get tingly all over. Now, hi Amanda. Now the good thing is I had that ramen already made up from last night. All I had to do was heat that up and enjoy. Hello, Heaven Sent. Hope that you are doing well, sweetheart. God bless you. Much love and prayers of healing for you. Leah, how are you, sweetie? Good to see you. A lot of things going on. My phone's been blowing up all day today. Did you hear this? Did you see that? No, I didn't. For some reason, they kind of frown at you when you're at when you're trying to get all engaged in crap while you're. Hold on a minute. Don't worry about that referral that's needed for that cardiac pad. Don't worry about it. He'll be all right. He's gone this long. He'll be all right. Well, thank you, Demi. Thanks for coming in tonight. Hello, Smelly Cat. Thank you. Susie by the Sea. Hello to you. Hello, Charlotte. The beautiful Charlotte's in the house. The luckiest casino gal in America. Good to see you. Lucky Beans. Headed home from a day in Bodega Bay. Why don't you stop by and see me sometime here on the Rancho, Lucky Bean? Hello, Moxie. Hello, Raquel. Good to see you. Well, thank you, Joey D. Good to see you. The beautiful Mandy is here. Now, I don't know what's happened tonight. I'm having an impossible time getting a hold of Chris had called me earlier. I haven't had him, the 2 times that tried to call him. I don't know whether it's because of the weather or what the hell's going on, but I haven't been able to connect my call through to him. So I don't know. John, how are you? Good to see you. So I haven't been updated on anything that's going on. I did do a video. Hello, Rita. How are you? I did do a video this morning just laying out some of my thoughts on the events of last night. I'm certainly not going to dwell on things always work out in the end. Let's face it, right? I mean, it's a pain in the ass. You got paperwork, you got adjusters, you got garages, you get tow trucks, you got to figure out where you're going to be. It's all a pain in the ass. It's all a pain in the ass. Yeah, you'd always have a standing invite here, Lucky Beans. It would really be an honor to meet you, particularly in the area. I don't know today. I haven't really checked in. I cut an early vid, scheduled that to go up this morning, and I was out the door. Then I was off for about an hour, and didn't really judge it was worthwhile to come back home again. So I sat around and had some coffee, And then I went back in, and I haven't. Hey, Valkyrie, how are you? Hey, Mark Terry, what's up? And I haven't really. The two times that tried to call, I've not been successful in getting through. So I don't. I think it's probably weather related down there. I'm not sure. Tasty ramen soup. Blackbird just did a review on that spicy ramen. All right, Rich, live chat, thumbs up. Cause yeah, thank you. Thumbs up are most appreciated, guys. We got about 100 people in the chat, and thumbs up are most appreciated. And I've also been trying to stuff some hours in here because we're drawing closer to the time I'm gonna be, back on the flooring project for 5 or 6 days. The latest I have is the tile guys came through. The tile has been sealed. They already laid down. They laid down the tile in the kitchen, and it looks wonderful. Still got to be grouted and sealed. So I've sealed. So I'm thinking like Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be on my way down there to spend about 5 days. Thank you, Lucky Beans. Justin Bieber in the chat. Wow. Wow. Oh, 42 million people on your YouTube channel, Justin Bieber. Whoa. Hey, Justice. You set a bad example by stream while driving. You really let the community down. Well, Justice, if you saw my video this morning, I particularly addressed that and how coming into 2021 that I have stopped doing that. The last couple times in Las Vegas, I've not streamed from the highways and things. I've judged them too crazy right now to stream. If I was going to, and the live streaming is fine, you just have to set it up and not interact with the side chat. Okay, that's the important thing. But thank you, Justice, for weighing in. Hello, GTB. Good to see you. Was going to come to the beaches, but figured probably had a busy day next time. Yeah, well, that's great. I'll try to set up something. Definitely like to meet you. We could meet down at the Tides or down at the I can't remember what the hell the name of that. They got a really good clam chowder place down there on the water. I can't remember what the hell name of it is, but it's pretty well renowned. So I wonder if he wants a date, huh? I don't know. It's a lot of things to work through. It's going to be a lot of things to figure out. People have been asking me questions that I have no hope of answering. I'm not privy to that thing. I have to say and I'm not going to dwell on this. We all have something that we call our homies, people in the family that we consider home. And as you get older, they pass on or whatever, and it's not quite as, the older you get, the more independent you are and the more separated. The idea of family kind of blows apart when you get to my age because your parents have passed on for the most part, and y'all are old, all your siblings. But when you're younger, relatively younger, and you call home and you say, "Gee, I just had a wreck," and it's like they don't even know you. And what's worse, they say, "Well, just call up your cousin Rosie and let her figure it out for you." It's not so much the message itself, it's just the reality. Sometimes you get glimpses in life of where you stand. And they can be incredibly, how you doing, James, NorCal dude? Hey, Shimei, how are you? They can be incredibly painful. Not so much the message, but the underlying message of that. And I can't think of anybody, no matter how estranged I would be, that I wouldn't be involved in trying to offer aid or something like that for this. So I'm going to be honest. I'm a bit disappointed. I'm not that cold-hearted as I can never be that cold-hearted as a person too. And there's rarely anybody I've turned down in this community that just asks for help and things. So thank you, Amy. You're sweet. How you doing, Sky Laura? I didn't air that last night because I had to digest that a little bit. It was a Yeah, lost all your family. I'm sorry, huh? I'm sorry. Yeah, getting older can suck. So it's all right, you know. I'm older, but I'm not quite an old bat yet. Okay, I got some miles. I got a few miles to go. But I guess this, I went to bed last night. I was very disheartened by by the state of things and by the turn of events, and just thought, in a lot of ways, I wanted 2021 to be better, and the hits just seem to continue in a lot of ways. Hello, Amy. Well, I tried to, and I sent a pretty good slug of money on PayPal last night. And I had some people grill me on that on my call me an enabler, some other things on the comment section, and I'd let the people have their say down there. But there's a difference for me. I'm so sorry. Amy says I lost my wife and two sons and two daughters. A car crash 30 years ago on Christmas Day. I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you, Lynn. I assume he is. Oh, thank you, Demi. That's sweet. um, what was I saying? I kind of lost my train of thought for a second. There's a difference, if it's like if somebody if your neighbor's house was on fire, and even if he or she were the crappiest neighbor in the history of the world, if the house was afire, you would still, in my opinion, 99% of you would still try to break out your hoses or whatever, run inside, snatch a baby out, rescue a baby, get the pets out, do whatever the hell you could to offer aid. Okay? Now, is that enabling? Well, you're kind of enabling because you're kind of ensuring that person's life will kind of continue. But how you doing, Goldie? At those moments, it's really a test of compassion and things like that. That particular moment that defines that incident. At those moments, I think you have to have considerations of safety, loss of life, the psychology of that moment, the fact that you're, 600 miles from home in a place that's unfamiliar to you, and all of a sudden you're presented with a major mountain to climb. Well, I'm sorry. In those situations, I'm always going to err on the side of being compassionate, okay? There's something to be said for immediate comfort and aid in a situation. So sometimes I get disheartened, but, but, I do believe in being self sufficient. But beyond that, do I go into dig into people's lives? Do I ask them to provide me spreadsheets of their existence, their income, their expenditures, their monthly budgeting? How are you going to fit this? How are you going to fit that in? No, I don't do something like that any more than some of you would say, come to me and say, Rosie, well, lay out your monthly income, lay out your expenditures and things like that. Right? Especially if you're not out there asking or pounding the drum for things. So I feel like I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that, with providing that aid. The worst aspect of all is the times that I heard today the few ha-has, he-he's about, karmas and things like that. I don't believe in karma and things on the highway. Maybe he does. He's spoken of stories where he was bullied. How you doing, Mouse Toes? How you doing, Thomas? He spoke of stories, where he had been bullied in school and things like that. And, unfortunately, a guy and his girlfriend had met a terrible fate head on in front of a semi truck and immediately were blown into the next world. So some really, 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 really terrible stuff. Hello, cute kitty, kitty. How are you? And so his brother bought the van from him a few years ago. What made him this way now with no help? Well, that was then. This is now. Okay. And I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend to know. And it's not my business to tear into family dynamics and things like that. Not my business, not my circus, not my monkey, so to speak. Not my deal at all. But I can tell you this from an observational point down there. There is monies that flow around there. And I don't think my brother would be inclined out of the goodness of his heart to just present me with an automobile, much less a $23,000 van. So, on the face of it and logically, there's some sort of dynamic down there. I'm not privy to it. I would dare not question it. It's not my business to do so. But clearly there's some money dynamic there that I'm not aware of. But if that was a while ago that the purchase is made. But I'm just saying focus on the specific moment of the need of a family member who is in potential crisis 600, 800 miles from their family's home. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay, and it kind of hurt, when it was pawned off. Well, ask cousin Rosie to take care of that for you. And I was like, okay, I will. Damn right, I'll take care of it. If nothing else, just to show you that there is caring out there. And I gotta put aside all the other stuff, things like that. But that's just my nature. That's a lot of your nature out there on things. Now, I'm not going to mitigate the story. I'm not going to, only the insiders know the story. And as my moderators will tell you, how you doing, Quirky? I am the least nosy person in the world. I never get into anybody's business, okay? Occasionally I have somebody write me, Rosie, I need to send you a email about this situation in my life going on. I'm like, oh, please don't, please don't, please don't. I'm like Sergeant Schultz. If somebody asks me later, I know nothing, nothing. All right. As the great otter said to Flounder in Animal House, Flounder, fat and stupid is no way to go through life. Okay, so sometimes it is a good way to go through life. Second cousins. The enemy apparently spoken to them about, you believe that was said. How do they even know if he apparently hasn't spoken to them? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm not sure if that's directed to me or not. The other, hey Glitter, the other dynamic that is concerning to me is, then there's somebody's popping in with me about, well, who's the van's registered? I don't know whose name it is. But the fact that he drives it and there's not a repo man chasing him down the road, and there's not the popo on the tail to return a stolen vehicle, makes me pretty well sure that it is, for all intents and purposes, if not dotted the I's and crossed the T's in every sense of the legality, it is the van that he uses. Yes, Kevin, the hardest part about business is minding your own business. Well, thank you, Aaron. That's very wonderful. It's okay to get more involved and learn more info. That shows you care, right? You cannot spend time with somebody, as we did here on the Rancho, and we got along great. He was very helpful on the Rancho here. I left with nothing but praise for, his attitude was good here. I can't help what goes on the road. Would I have the engagement and the negative battles with people in the chat? No, I wouldn't. It's not my nature to do so. So I tend to guard my mouth and be positive with people and don't, my guiding philosophy is if you don't go, getting yourself involved in trouble, then you won't have trouble. And for the most part, that's pretty good. Thank you, Starbeam. Thank you. Well, Sunflower, a lot of you guys stepped up and did some stuff. Don't. I'm only putting this out there, not so much what I did at that moment, because he did have a lot of psychological support from Lisa Lynn. I was on a three-way call with them last night. Of course, she was rightly concerned, and I say what you will about Lisa Lynn. She's a caring person, and as many of us, she was awful disturbed about what transpired on I-75 just outside of Richmond, Kentucky. There, um, but just the whole thing about it's not our problem, whatever. Is that, I don't know. Is that the time and the place for discussions of enabling and things like that? I don't know. It's a fair question. It's a question that people asked me today that I had to think about. But at those moments in time, I don't think that they're the proper place to do that when the house is on fire and burning down. And you don't know where in the hell you can get can get a hotel room. Can you stay at the shop? Which I encouraged him to see if he could stay at the shop or whatever. So that's the way the situation lay. I have not had a follow-up call. Frankly, number one, I'm too damn busy right now, and number two, for some reason, my call didn't go through this afternoon. So everyone has their own way of streaming and creating entertainment. So God is good, meat is better. I don't know. I think you got that. Meat is good, and I think God is better. Bless yourself, quirky girl. I'm just saying. You never know when the appointed hour is at hand, for I shall come like a thief in the night when you least expect it. For as the servant, knowing that the appointed hour of a robbery in the night is to occur, would of course make preparations, bar and lock the doors of the home. But I shall come like a thief in the night, and you will not know the appointed hour, right? Have you ever seen the movie Hotel Hell? When Joan's trying to kidnap, she does that. I don't know, Star Walker. It's perhaps a reality that she's on the scene or not. I don't know. I've been incommunicado all day. At least once the crisis was over last night, I felt like I had to do a health and safety update because I had so many people concerned and I didn't know when he would go live again. And my next priority is trying to rack up some work hours to put some money in my pocket so that I'm freed up to help on this big flooring project next week. So I felt like I could take a deep breath today. It might be a rainy day in Richmond, Kentucky, but at least it's daylight. And as we know, hey Tammy, as we know, things always look better in daylight, right? Right. So I think that things will get themselves sorted out. One big fear I have is, and I'm biting my tongue, I'm praying that we don't have any negative family dynamics where the loss of a van is turned into an opportunity to exert control over somebody that you really don't have that legal right to have. And I think you can read it between the lines and see what I'm saying there. Okay? In other words, I can't be assured that that check will be, if it goes to another family member's hands, I can't be assured that 100% of that check or whatever, or any percent of that check will flow back to the purchase of a new vehicle. This is my biggest fear, but then again, it's really not my business, right? So I keep reminding myself every time I feel like venturing in and just, well, oh, no, just hold back, just hold back, just hold back. Uh, he was in quite a bit of pain last night. The dynamics of that kind, I think everybody's seen that accident. And the dynamics of that are as soon as you know that impact is, and you've done that last sort of emergency evasion to the left, and you know, oh, I'm going to miss that by about a foot. You have that one split second, just like when that car did not stop for that light, came through that light at West Avenue and Sebastopol Road at 6:15 in the morning. Didn't see me in the dark of an October morning, and I had that split second just to get my weight off the ground, so that I would go over, hopefully over the vehicle instead of ending up under the tires of the vehicle and being totally run over. Well, I was pretty lucky, but same situation, you have that one split second that you know that you're going to have that impact, and you're going to have two combined forces. You're going to have all that tension of every muscle in your body tightening up for everything it's worth to get ready to absorb the impact of that collision. Stomach muscles, arm muscles, leg muscles, everything. And then you have to add on top of that the actual force of impact coming into the vehicle and transmitting to your body. It's going to render anybody with a bit of shock. I mean, there's literally, when I was in driver's ed school, I remember the Ohio State Police films they showed us to scare the hell out of. Flip overs, rollovers, people getting out of cars with arms hanging off of them and talking to the officers like, oh, and then they just keel over and die suddenly because they're in a total state of shock. Luckily, yeah, the airbags didn't, but well, it's hard to say. See, Quirky, you don't know what the dynamic. Quirky said the airbags didn't deploy doesn't mean that the vehicle's going to be totaled out. Problem is, you have that front wheel drive, and you have a very delicately balanced. You got a front axles on chassis with drive gears and transmission and all that kind of thing. If that is out of alignment due to the strength and based on the damage of that fender, let's just say it hit with pretty good impact. So I can't really be assured that the alignment, they probably won't know until tomorrow when they put it on a rack and start doing diagonal measurements on the frame or stuff, how far out of kilter that they may potentially be. Yeah, you don't forget the sound of a wreck. You don't. Even a rather minor one that you walk away from and things like that. So adrenaline pump can get you through a wall. I've had a few. I've had a few hits. I've had a few. I've had a few dust ups on the highway, but it's been a lot of years. It's simple value versus repair cost. So if it's worth, I say 6,000, I'll fix it. Well, they'll pump the 6,000 into it. And I don't know. Thank you, Amelia. Thank you, honey. $14.99, looking great. Thank you. Another great supporter of the channel. Hey, Coach, how are you? Thank you, Amelia. Thank you very much, sweetie. I broke my arm in a front end collision. Was in the backseat of a Chevy Duramax. But anyway, Chris is a big guy, and sometimes big people sustain the most injury in those type of situations because just the whole mass of 250 pounds or whatever moving. Thank you very much, Amelia. 250 pounds moving is a pretty large force, and then you put the multiplication factor of force equals mass times acceleration. And there's some multiplier factor for that force. And yeah, I mean, if you're inclined to already have a bad back, well, it's probably not going to be therapeutic for it, right? It's probably not going to be equivalent to the trip to a trip to the chiropractor. Probably lead a little bit of problem, but that's just speculation on my part. Just Kim says Progressive is very fast to total cars. Chris didn't use Rosie during his stay. Yeah, no way, no how he used me. Hey, Jesse. And I'm put it out there, and I put it out there at the time. How Chris behaves on the road, how he interacts with the chat, things like that is something that I will never agree on. I don't agree with a lot of cursing and things like that, but it's not my channel. It's not my right to tell anybody else how to run their channel, because ultimately they garner the rewards or the punishments of the behaviors that they bring to their chat. So it's not my business. Is that the lone? Well, cursing seems to be the norm these days. Blaspheming and taking God's name every other, GD and JFC. I mean, I guess I'm old fashioned. These things still make me cringe very much when I hear that. But that's just me. I mean, maybe I'm just old school, and it's just a different way. But I think I gather a group of people around me that seek out the chats that don't have all of that. But as far as the time that he was here on the Rancho, top flight, and I expressed to him that he would always be a welcome guest for me. He helped me when it was possible. We helped each other, and we had a good time. We had a lot of laughs, and I had the thrill of taking somebody to see, a good old country boy from Whiteville, North Carolina. Jesus, what a name for a town. Taking him to the Pacific Ocean and just to see, I mean, you couldn't put a price tag, and you guys remember that video, Rich Life sees the Pacific Ocean for the first time. I mean, nothing in your life is probably equivalent except maybe seeing the Grand Canyon or something like that. I mean, what price could I put on that? What price can I put on the joy for taking that time to take him out and give him something that would stick with him the rest of his life? That was priceless. He did what a house guest staying for free should do. Well, I agree, Cheryl, but I'm not going to be harsh about it. I've had, for the most part, I've been very lucky with my house guests. I've only had one that believed he was born to the purple and kind of lived in his own zone, but I'm committed not to, I'm beyond that and discussing all that. Hey, Slim Jim. Law of physics, the rich life in motion tends to stay in motion until acted upon by an equal and opposite force. So, surprised there's still, I guess it was named after Vernon White or something like that. I don't know, Whiteville, Blackville, Yellowville, Orangeville, right? Just tradition and all that. So, hey Dreamcatcher, how are you? There's also a Brown Town. Hey Jiro, how are you? Are you gonna fly him down to you and tow it around everywhere you go? Last I heard, Harlan, is God willing, and the creek don't rise, and the bridge don't wash out, and the old mule don't kick off on the way to the mine, he will be making his way back to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because haven't gotten involved, haven't probed anybody, haven't asked Lisa Lynn, haven't asked Chris. But from evidently from the little bit that I hear is that they are back on track, and he was excited to hightail it back up to Pittsburgh. So talk of flying people here and there and doing things and that. I live in the world of probabilities, not possibilities. Okay, let me restate that. I live in the world of probabilities and not possibilities. You know, there's a possibility that, an earthquake could just destroy this place tomorrow. Is it a probability? No. So, I don't have to much worry about it except from an earthquake insurance point of view. I live in the world of probabilities. And the probability, hi Nicole, how are you? And the probability is I don't have to lift a finger or do a damn thing. Okay. Now, should such time comes as I'm called upon with a request, well, I have to evaluate it at that time, right? And let me also endorse, I'm a believer that people should be self-sustaining too. If I'm still working at 62 and a half years old, then I'm think other people that are able-bodied, mentally capable of should be productive in society too. Okay, but again, at that moment in time where the stuff is hitting the fan and it's dark and it's after midnight on a wet Kentucky highway is not the time to lay out theories of life, and sure as hell is not the time to play gotcha, in my opinion, about that. Oh well, thank you, Nicole. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you. I'm doing well. Just working real hard. I'm trying to rack some hours up. Hey, Duke. Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise is what you know about. Oh, come on, Duke. I was born and raised south of the Mason-Dixon line. Are you kidding me? Born American by good fortune, born Southern by the grace of God, Duke. Get out of here. Are you kidding me? I'm as Southern as it gets. Does Grisfield look like uh, let me put it this way. I'm not a repair shop, and I don't play one on TV, and I sure as hell didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. But I can tell you this: looking at the damage, there's some people say, well, the door still opens and closes, which it does on the side third passenger door or whatever, third doors, fourth doors. The real thing is the amount of damage that's been done with with that transaxle mounting of that powertrain. Okay, that's the question. Okay, I can't answer that question. Somebody came in earlier and said Progressive is quick to total out vehicles. I don't know. Maybe Progressive just sees shit, repairs are just a long tail item, that there'll be something else coming down the road, something else. It's they'll try to get you to sign off that it's totally repaired. I don't know the way that they work, right? But it really remains to be seen. Melissa, Chris is in a good place for shelter right now. Okay, that's I can assure you of that. So we're protected. Yeah, I was saying, Star Walker, in looking at that move, it's very easy to start to oversteer and on that kind of hit. And one thing I will say is the one I think I've observed about Chris is he's a pretty damn good driver. I don't think he uses excessive speed. Do I think that you should, once again, hear me? Do I think that you should be engaging the chat in highways on streams? No. Okay. I just think if you have that urge, just put the thank you, Jay. Mike Weaver on a landing craft working on the water. Oh, no problem, Jay. Thank you. Well, good luck to both of you. Working on the water now. That's kind of cool. Thank you, Jay. $25 from Jay. Well, good luck to you. You moved on to a landing craft boat. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, thank you. So, I think it's if you have the urge to stream, just get the camera mount. Uh, just let the side chat roll and drive. They can enjoy the view. They can talk to each other. They can do whatever the hell they want. Trust your moderators to keep things rolling along, and for the most part, it works pretty good. Thank you, Jay. If Chris's brother actually owns the car, Chris will not get the payout he expects, right? Well, I don't. There we go again, Patricia. Uh, it's it's I want to use it's not tasteful for me. I think it's distasteful for me to um, although I'll be honest. I'll put it this way: I was disheartened when his brother shifted everything over to me um, last night. Okay, all right. I'm trying to think. If it had been one of you guys, I don't know, and your family members, I might be a little more stand up and hey, do you need anything? You got a hotel? But I don't know what the situation is. But I know at that moment that yeah, okay, I was a stand-up person and I did what I could at that particular moment. Did that hurt me? Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to bullshit you. That was a little bit hurtful. As I said, that's the theory. That's the equivalent of watching somebody's house burn down and then not offering them to use your hose because it might run up the water bill. Okay, that's right. Whatever happens with his family will be the dynamic that gets worked out there. Do I admit that I was shocked a bit? Yeah, I do. But I'm not immediate family there, and that's the way it goes, and that's fine. So, hey, how you doing, Miss Susie Q? Um, would you ride inside? I would ride inside. I mean, it's a nice vehicle. He keeps it in good. He puts it in. He keeps it in good shape. Well, mouse toes. That's what we believe. A lot of people believe on the surface, but read between the lines and go a little deeper there. Okay. In my opinion, there's some larger money dynamic at work there. All right, where it's a little just more than hey, like a good brother, I am there. Here's the keys to your town and country. Shit, I wish my brother would give me the fucking keys to it. All right. I mean, weigh in on that a little bit. All right, put that into the old Cuisinart of the brain there, and spin that around a little bit, and get on that. Well, if Dream Comes True is a better vehicle, and I'm all on board in that. As a Sprinter, God, I can't even touch the side of a Sprinter. 3 years ago in Las Vegas, kitted out, they were $145,000. God knows what they are now. Okay, even a 3 year, even a 5 year old Sprinter is gonna be 50, 60K, something like that. So I don't know. I'd get the heebie-jeebies if I thought about dropping that kind of money. But then again, I'm cheap, right? I'm cheap. How you doing, Bluebird? Good to see you. Hello, Linda Harper. Good to see you. Let's see. I used to work in an auto body shop. They will go to auction and fix it and resell it. Yeah. Well, I think that's the way they all end up. I mean, somebody, G Mangos has a better idea. He buys vehicles, at auctions and all that stuff. We know that totaled vehicles don't get disassembled and put on scrap heaps. There's always somebody that's going to get a salvage title. They're going to bid on it at an auction, and they're going to think to themselves, we rebuild these town and countries day and night. I can flip that thing around for about, pick that up thing for, 3 to 4 or 5K at the auction. I'll flip a couple grand into that and I can roll that out for put that back on the lot for about 12K and make myself a nice tidy profit on that, right? Right. There's always somebody sucking money along the way there. Well, I see it if his brother was kind enough to pay for the van, then that's not all the kind of bad person. Well, I think you're missing the point, Cheryl. Uh, I think that you're missing the point that I'm making. There's more of a moral and a legal imperative here than just being a nice person. Okay. All right. There's a little more of a money dynamic there than just I'm going to be a swell person and just here's a $23,000 van. But again, not my business. Okay, I don't know, but I'm pretty damn perceptive when I go to examine a situation and look at the dynamics of it, and then fit it against the framework of normal intercourse of society and family members that most of us have never had that that keys handed to us. Here's a really nice spanking, really nice vehicle. Like I say, though, I don't know. Okay. And then explains, well, I'm not going to go down that road. Yeah, van life has sucked, and I think it's going to suck more for a lot of this country. Good night, quirky girl. You're going to buy a new van? No, Jay. I'm going to get a, I'm going to get a money pit. I'm going to get a money pit of a conversion van, and it's going to suck me dry. And you guys are going to watch as the repairs and the parts mount and all that kind of crap. So those of you who dislike me, your ship will be coming in. You will have the unmitigated joy of seeing me out there doing the renovations and the repairs and all that kind of thing. Janice is watching you. Can you say, hey, hey, please? Yeah, hey, hey, Janice, thanks for watching. Yeah, be of good cheer. Uh, you know, Star Walker, I have a lot of, that's one of the big, that's one of the big dynamics there, that there may actually be something to that story. Okay, there may actually be something to that whole deal. Maybe the scale is a little out of scale. Maybe it's a lot out of scale, but there's something there. There's something there. Yeah, there's many, many layers. Hey, Jeffrey, good to see you, my friend. I'm glad that your recovery is going well. Oh, man. Didn't sleep good last night. Do, 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 do. Yeah, Yogi, got a mean to take care of your expenses. I'm going to take care of, I'll take care of my things. I believe that if people are entertained, they support the channel. If you're producing content and doing things, then you're giving people value for their time and money. I don't believe. Let me put it this way: if I was, let's say, um, for the sake of argument, God forbid, I was driving in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I got caught in a terrible blizzard and went off the side of the road and down into a ravine. And I managed to survive that, and was just totaled out, destroyed, health problems and things like that. I needed temporary shelter. I needed, I didn't have the ability to put myself in a hotel or something, a recovery. I can't leave I have to be able to check in with the local doctors or whatever. That I have no doubt at all. That's the time that I think that you come to YouTube in a legitimate way and say, guys, something really terrible has happened. Okay. Or maybe somebody else comes on, and then I don't feel bad about asking people for help in those very unusual situations. When it comes to daily feed me, entertain me, and things like that, there is that pride element, and there is that wanting to be productive in society. that I think outweighs all that. Carly says it's illegal to use cell phones while driving here. Yeah, I hear you. Uh, I don't know, Cheryl. I don't think the gaming board would be in a position to release that information. I refuse to believe that you can approach any gaming board and make any inquiry on any individual. Um, if anybody can provide proof to me that they will just turn over anybody's documentations of wins or things like that, I would love to see that or accept help from people in the area who have offered. Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know. But like I said, Cheryl, that's not the diamond. I did. Thank you, Joey D. I did. I'm really appreciative of that, Joe. I've just been backed up. I haven't really answered anything today. It's just been too frantic. You could afford a hotel, a flight home. I could, but I might not be in a condition to do that. I'm just giving a theoretical on that. Okay, but of course I would look to myself and my resources. I'm highly insured, health insurance wise. I do pay that, and I do make sure I have decent road insurance. I have highway insurance, Geico, roadside assistance, the whole deal. Rhonda said, I'm trying to fix up a van now to use a Ford Transit. Lots of work, but fun too, Rhonda. Let's see. It seems like only certain people are allowed to ask for money on YouTube. Most people are ripped apart for it. Find me somebody that asks for money on YouTube. Name one person, Poot and Tang, that asks for money on YouTube that does not get blowback. I'll wait. Okay, one person. Yeah, Joni. Joni is a step-up person. She would try to do that. I don't know tax records. I'm talking about the gaming board and all that, but they can't trace that to the particular persons and all that. So they're not going to release information on individuals. Hello, Elmer. And unless I saw it myself, Cheryl, I wouldn't trust anything that anybody else claimed that they looked into. Okay, because most people aren't going to take the time and effort to do that, although they'll come on and say, jump to the conclusion. So, that's it. Make a purchase on once in your. No, Patricia, the prices are outrageous. You didn't hear me begging for cash. Well, Duke, I would expect at your age, and you claim to be a career working person. I can't see you as needing the resources. Why would you ask anybody else to take care of that? Right? Right? I mean, you and I, yeah, if an earthquake is here and I survive it, I have the ability to get myself into a hotel and do the things that I need to do. I don't think there's any glory to making a statement like that your power and things went out for 4 days and you didn't ask for assistance. What could anybody have done for you? We can't ship power down to you. But the fact that you're here tells me that you survived it. You're a prepper and you did all of the right things. Hey, Emerald Doll, how are you? Rich was just jealous. He went on, gambled away. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, twin thing. All I do is look at that moment of total seriousness and a crash that happens, and I'm the kind of person I have to push out the things of the past. As I said before, when somebody's house is ablaze, I don't bargain with them about what I did for them in the past or all that. I grab my hose, turn on the water, and try to fight the fire along with them, or run inside and help them rescue pets and people and get them outside. No matter how shitty a neighbor they may have been to me, no matter what they've done to me in the past, that's just normal human nature. That I think is the normal response to a situation. Give aid at that immediate moment. Okay, that's what I think we're called to do as human beings at times like that. As much as we may not like it, that's it. Uh, well, you can run that GoFundMe, Star Walker, if you want. That's it. So, That's not first time, Chad. Anish Pride has been in Parab, has been in here many, many times. And yeah, yeah, I have a surprise for you too. Let's see. Star Walker says, I'm going to Mexico. All right. Good deal. I broke down once in a 65 Chevy van water pump. It was easy work on one. Yeah, new vans are ridiculous now. That's it. New vans are ridiculous to work on. Very, 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 very difficult. So if you feel so inclined, that's fine. I'm not pimping for any channel. Somebody removed that. You can go to his channel if you feel inclined to. I don't bang the drum anymore for other people in any in other channels. If I had the money, I would buy all of you a new van. Wow. MJ, how are you doing? Oh, thank you, Andrew. So just snuggly today. It was a little chilly here. Isn't that nice, Star Walker? If I had the money, I would buy all of you a new van, if that's any consolation. Isn't that sweet? Don't we just have the sweetest, sweetest people here? That is so awesome. Life is up and down, no stability, random crosses, relative properties, mom. That's what I'm saying. Clap out loud, but to me, say what you will, and this is the last thing I'm going to say on the last thing I'm going to say on that topic is that you're seeing proof positive that maybe somebody isn't doesn't make the same doesn't have the same decision making processes and thought processes that we do. Okay, we we judge everything by our standards of what we do, not knowing how uh, differently some people are wired in life. And maybe, maybe some of the couple of years that I spent, in training and special education work made me very sensitive to, um, you know, the way that people are and the way that people develop. They're not all, not everything is within the averages and everything like that. So, Ray, yeah, Ray said I'm gonna do a GoFundMe for Rich to help him buy a Class C. Ray, good luck. I'm excited about that. I'm excited. If I had a $60,000 gift certificate, I would probably buy a nice Sprinter, a nice 2012, 2014 Sprinter, 2015, something like that. Hey Mayhem, we're just bullshitting. Hey Joni, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I think that that's probably what I would get. I'm not taking on any responsibility, Harlan. I'm never running GoFundMe's for anybody. I've never taken a dime in for anybody. I've always told people if you want me to help you, then you're gonna have to put the GoFundMe in your own name and take the hits of it. Take the glory and take the hits. I've never had collected money for charities directly. I've always just posted links. I will never sponsor GoFundMe's or anything for anybody. Never, ever, 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 ever. So, oh, well, thank you, Joni. Good to see you. Yeah, the sprinters are nice. Uh-oh, Andrew Scott said, I'm in so much money. I'm in so much money. Unbelievable. I don't know. I don't really have to worry about that. Yeah, Joni, I figured that you would be there and be a stand-up person, and bless you for uh, putting yourself in there and offering. I think that that was tremendous of you. Thank you, Robbie. Sweatshirts are half price on Amazon. Thank you, Clap Ad. I appreciate that. Thank you. I like that, Bruce. We were so poor when the neighbors got KFC, we got to lick their fingers. Man, that's a great win. Ace says all those Sprinter Transit vans are nice if you got the money to pay mechanic. I guess my first choice would be a Pleasure Way wide body, something like a Pleasure Way. I think would be really nice. A relatively new Pleasure Way, something like that. That would be tremendous. Uh, I like Mr. X has a really nice Great Western, which is a great van. The Canigans are good, and all that. I'm thinking about buying me an RV, and I'm getting for 20. It got a whole bunch of alcohol and food in the fridge, and it's got a big TV. How you doing, Ace? Uh, yeah, Joni, get some duct tape out there and get that fender put back together. Get some Gorilla Glue and let's get that damn thing put back together again. Out on that, out on that road. Let's get that done. Let's get that done. But I thought that was really nice. I would fully expect Joni to offer, and she did not disappoint on that. What's up, Smooth? Yeah, Smooth knows I lust after his Great Western. How you doing, Sean? Hey, McDave. I gotta be honest, Mr. X. It's a beautiful vehicle. It's a very nice rig. And I'm still pissed Mr. X got the Best Buy on that Road Trek 210, which is really nice for just he'll probably, I don't want to say he'll burn in hell one day, but he'll probably be in purgatory for a couple 100 years for the price he paid for that. I would expect him to take her up. I don't know. I mean, it's just if he can be in his van, some people are like that. Let's see. My new theory is Mormons are responsible for everything that's bad in our country. Really, High Watch? Wow. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know about that. I don't want one of those car bras on that. Oh, thank you, Summer Nights. Isn't that funny, Star Walker? Just scrape up all the bits, put it into a car bra, and just strap it on the front end and get down the road, man. Appearance is everything in the world today, right? Take that some bitch right down the road like a rattle can. Yeah, I think. Thank you, Star Walker. You're very sweet. Good at mechanic, but I'm good at carpentry. Yeah, carpentry is just a skill set of it's like any of the other trades. It takes time and training to be a decent carpenter, to know how to scribe things for perfect fits and cuts and all that. So, well, that's what I'm saying, Ace man. If the subframe on the TNC can be, it's not fixable. And judging by the amount of fender torn off the side and the position of the drive on the side and the wheel, I'm not a mechanic. I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express, and yeah, okay. I don't play one on TV, but in Kentucky or whatever, they might attempt repairs or tow it. The insurance company may say tow it back to Terra. I have no idea. Latter-day Saints is the largest private landowner in Florida. Well, I mean, I thank you, Glitter. I mean, I don't really, it doesn't bother me. Who's the biggest landowner? As long as it's legally purchased and bought, and not taken at the point of a gun and stolen. I mean, it's the right in a capitalist system, the exchange of goods and services, land, labor, and capital for money. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens, Sean. I don't know. Summer Nights. My wise words. I don't know. I try to just be middle of the road. I don't, sometimes insurance companies like to total it out because they don't have to worry about. They want to stick a piece of paper in front of you. Hey, repairs are all done. Sign off. We're all good to go. I'm like, no, I'm not signing off. Right? I'm gonna wait a year or so and see if I have any problems develop. And they said, oh man, while you're talking to me, my back is starting to flare up again. Right? I'm getting these strange headaches again right now. I gotta see my I gotta see my neurologist here, right? That's an insurance company's worst nightmare, right? That makes their hair stand on end. The open-end nature of the claim. Hey, Dan, the man, it's like when that dipshit drunk woman in mommy and daddy's BMW hit and took out the corner of this house, leaving me structurally compromised here to the point that I had to put some emergency supports into the wall lest the whole roof come down. Right? The insurance company came out and said, well, you know, this woman's got X deductible. She's got to pay you part of the damages. I said, well, okay, well, we're going to write you a $6,000 check. I said, no, the way I calculated it, it's going to be about 8,000. I think it's going to take about, it looks about $8,000 worth of damage to me because there's outside downspouts, there's fencing that's been knocked out of a line. Guy cuts me the check. He can't close the case until she pays me, her deductible part of towards that, right? And then she's supposed to pay, I don't know, I was supposed to rebate him or something like that. She never pays the damn money. So what's the insurance company do? They want to close that thing after a year, right? They just closed it off, said just keep the money. We need to write it off. We can't have it going on the books. Insurance companies never come through in a satisfactory way. Although, I think the laws are a little tighter on insurance companies now, but you got to be careful of slicksters. Claims adjusters, they don't work for you. Okay, they work for the capital market of the insurance company. Okay, they work for the actuarial department. So I don't know, Star Walker. The fact, you can say what you want about running a stream or whatever, but the fact that that driver left the scene of that accident, to me, trumps all other claims about that situation. Okay, so I don't think any insurance company is going to deny paying anything on that, just by virtue of the fact that the other driver fled. If you had been rear-ended, would you flee? I'd be like, shit, man, you just hit the back of my car. Well, you were a bonehead. You just pulled into the middle. I don't care, man. You hit me in the back. Your fault. Pull over, dude. Let's exchange information. Here we go. Let me see your insurance information. Here's mine. Get a couple pictures out here. Okay. You did hit me from behind. I know, man. I didn't see you. Okay. But this dope just takes off. Right. Yeah, you got to bargain a little bit on that mouse toes. Good Lord. Yeah, the illegal U-turn, but the worst of all is fleeing the scene is a misdemeanor. If there's any serious injury involved, then it's elevated to a felony. And even a misdemeanor, you can lose your license for 6 months on that. So 50-50 liability, but it's a no-fault state, so you're not going to collect the other 50% from a ghost, right? And a business name, it's not really a business. They don't consider YouTube a business and all that. I once rear-ended a nonverbal. It's not registered as a business. So hit someone in the rear, you failed to maintain control. But leave the scene of an accident and you've trumped everything else. That's like coming out with the nut flush to the royal to the spade. Okay, that's as bad as it gets. That is as bad as it gets. Waiting out for the cops until we both decide to talk. Yeah, you can just do your own thing. In those kind of states, just grab a couple pictures, get the license information, get the driver's license, get the insurance information, and only if the person can't present proper shit, then you call the law. Okay? Yeah, of course, all those turnarounds on interstates are always emergency vehicle only. Really? It's service and emergency vehicles only. That's it. So, no, Joey D, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.